There's a massive problem with copyright on the internet, specifically the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or DMCA. Last week, a 1.4 million follower streetwear company with multiple physical store locations had my design taken down, used it on their social media, faced insane backlash, and then tried to backpedal the whole thing. This is what happened. June 26th around 9 PM, I get an email that a design I made and published on Redbubble in 2017 had been taken down under their IP and publicity rights policy by a company called Rip and Dip. If you don't know Rip and Dip, they're a streetwear and skate brand established in 2009 and were big for millennials who still wear skinny jeans called dogs puppers and haven't gone a day without smoking weed since Obama took office. I knew that I owned my own design because of course I drew it, so maybe a little bit heated, I took to Twitter and tweeted this. At Rip and Dip, you guys think you own every stylized cat design on the internet? F you. With a screenshot and my design attached. I was upset, I tweeted it and then just went to bed. I thought at worst they ignore it, at best I get an apology and the DMCA strike rescinded. I woke up to a response from Rip and Dip. Respect your elders. And it was so funny they posted it twice. I quickly got an outpouring of support, and they got an outpouring of criticism, and that's maybe putting it lightly. My original tweet racked up over 2 million views and hundreds of replies. Their tweets are now deleted, which we'll get to shortly, making it hard to say exactly how many replies they got, but it wasn't good. Their account was suspended shortly after before being quickly reinstated the next day.
I'm back, baby!
And upon their return, changed their profile picture to my artwork, the one they had taken down. And in the interest of keeping this moderately objective, let's just say this is questionable. Taking someone's artwork down does in no way transfer ownership, and while it is just a profile picture, this is a business account and one that pays a lot of money for that little yellow checkmark. So one could consider it promotional material or maybe even a marketing campaign, which typically comes with heavy licensing fees. At this point I received a lot of comments telling me to essentially take them to court. And while I appreciate the sentiment, it really doesn't make any sense. I'm in Sweden, they're in the US, it costs money and takes time, and there's no legal precedent for taking someone to court over a profile picture. There is, however, if someone were to take your design and make merch of it. Later that day, Rip and Dip tweeted this. Good morning, a new X exclusive is dropping today. All new artwork, a limited release, stay tuned. And one could make an educated guess on what this merch was going to be, given that they still have my art as their profile picture at this point. We never found out because no merch ever dropped. Because while this was happening, Dexerto, a prominent news website that covers gaming, esports, internet culture, and influencers, emailed me saying essentially they were looking to write an article about this current situation involving me and Rip and Dip and asked me to comment. I won't show you the exact email because I actually respect the sanctity of DMs and private emails, and yes, this is foreshadowing. I replied, I really don't. I just wanted to go away at this point. I was expecting nothing to come out of the tweet, but it quickly dawned on me that they relished any bit of attention they could get their hands on, good or bad, and I think more articles is exactly what they want and they have more to gain out of it than me. Dexerto were very polite and I think they wrote a very good article. Dexerto's tweet and article amassed over 1.7 million views and 60,000 likes in support. So a reasonable assumption would be at this point this got too real for Rip and Dip. This was bleeding out of edgy Twitter/X and onto Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, hence why they didn't drop any of that elusive X-exclusive merch. Instead they dropped this, an apology. We deal with so much counterfeit and infringing IP across the internet that so much of our enforcement is automated. Stuff gets flagged constantly and neither I nor my team manually targeted your artwork. It's not our artwork and we apologize for the inconvenience. The automated system made a mistake and we're correcting it as quickly as possible. The takedown was automated. Potentially getting a small business's account taken down and the revenue forfeit is automated. If it sounds familiar, it's because YouTube uses an extremely similar system. It's very easy to file a copyright claim under the DMCA. And you hear about it constantly. YouTubers getting hundreds of videos flagged over music that they've legally paid license for because someone else bought the same license or they're flagged fraudulently, and you have to appeal each video individually. While the flag can be automated, losing you all the revenue and having your account at risk of deletion. This also happens constantly on websites like Etsy, Fourth Wall, and TeePublic. Dealing out copyright strikes is fast and easy and getting them removed can take weeks, which is weeks of lost revenue and a worst case account suspension. Rip and Dip also conveniently didn't mention or apologize over their string of tweets, or the fact that they changed their profile picture to my art. Also automated, surely. And people on Twitter didn't hesitate in letting them know how they felt, including the community note. It amassed over 1,000 comments. And having kept silent this whole time to not stir the pot, I did have one thing to say, a comment they clearly felt appropriate earlier. Respect your elders. And I thought that was the end. I got my apology, I got my aura farming comment in. They said they'd get the DMCA rescinded, and they did. They learned a lesson. Now, the next day I get another email. This is an official offer for a collaboration. They'd pay me a set amount of money and 50% of the profits for 4 designs. They want to see a weird internet moment turn into something creative instead of more negativity. I politely decline. I appreciate you reaching out and wanting to turn the situation into something more positive, and I appreciate the generous offer, but I don't think it's the right path for me and I think it's best we part ways. Surely this was the end. Later that night, Rip and Dip posted the email they sent me, including my response, which has my full name in it, on Twitter. This got backlash so scathing that they deleted it within 3 hours. So I never saw this tweet in person. I had to find out through CrashJ006 asking me if I got this email from Rip and Dip. And yes I did. I of course knew full well how it probably ended up on Twitter, but it's just very hard to believe. The backlash got so bad Rip and Dip deleted every single post about the whole situation, wiped clean. But of course, the internet never forgets. The Dexerto article stays up and the screenshots are readily available from people saving them on Twitter. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this video originally, but I wanted to say my piece and lay out the complete timeline, to show how easily the DMCA system is abused, to show that you have to stand up for yourself when you get pushed around. It felt wrong that if I take the high road or remain passive, they get to walk away and keep selling things and I get nothing. But of course, please don't send hate or harassment to the company or their employees. They've clearly had enough. Thank you to everyone who had my back and stood up for me on social media. There was no way I was going to get through this alone. I'm just an individual artist and I felt very intimidated and like I was being pushed around, even when I felt I was very clearly in the right. Thank you for watching. This isn't normally a drama or news channel. I usually make art videos as well as stream on my Twitch channel. If that's something you're interested in, I hope to see you there, and please subscribe here on YouTube as well. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. Oh, and of course, respect your elders.